over the past couple years, we've had quite a bit of turns in the WWE, whether someone turned heel or someone turned babyface. And essentially what it means is heel equals bad guy, babyface equals good guy. I thought it would be fun to go through the ones that are at least in my memory of their turn, whichever way they did, to go through and see, do I prefer them as a heel or do I prefer them as a babyface? And I promise there are some babyfaces on this list. I do prefer heels 90% of the time, but they're not all heels. So let's get into it. First on my list is Becky Lynch, of course. Whenever I started watching, she was the man. Iconic song, whoa, whoa. That one, I'm probably going to edit that out. But her iconic theme, she was the man, Becky Lynch. I even have a shirt that says the man in the Irish flag colors. Loved her. She was my first favorite wrestler, actually. So yeah, I absolutely love Becky. And then she turned heel on Lyra and won, had the Intercontinental Championship belt, and she's been wonderful with that. And then she joined the Vision with her husband Seth Rollins, and she's just so funny. She's so funny and witty as a heel, and this character right now I definitely prefer. So Becky Lynch I prefer as a heel. And then of course we have to talk about Seth Rollins. Whenever I started watching, he was a big baby face. Everyone sung his song. He just was beloved. I also liked Seth too. But I always just look forward to Seth's outfits. Even now, as a heel, he still has banger outfits. So that's really what I'm interested in when Seth Rollins comes out. But Seth is one that I think I'm going to have to say I prefer as a babyface. His heel run right now is good. He's not bad at it. It's believable. I do enjoy him and Becky together. I think that's working very well. From what I know, they did this in the past, something with them together, and I don't think it hit as good. That was before my time of watching, but them together now, I very much enjoy. But I'm gonna have to say, I prefer Seth Rollins as a babyface. I think his character for me is a little more believable as a babyface. Or I don't know. I don't really have a good explanation for that one. I just prefer him as a babyface. And then we have Bayley. Miss Bayley, her journey since I started watching has been a roller coaster. I believe when I started watching, she was still in Damage Control. And I believe she was a heel. Because this was back when Dakota Kai was on the Damage Control. Was Asuka? It's been too long. I want to say Asuka and Kairi. I think all of them were in the Damage Control. Bayley was like the leader. And then they turned on Bayley. And they were talking bad about her in Japanese, and Bayley could understand and knew what they were saying, so then they kind of kicked Bayley out, and then she turned babyface from that, obviously, and Dakota Kai became the leader of Damage Control, and then I think she stayed babyface. My memory at work, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure she stayed babyface up until right now, where she's kind of got the split personality. All of that to say, her character right now, this is what I'm watching the WWE for right now, is Bayley. I'm so into and all in on the split personality thing with her. I think it's so fun, and I think it could be a lot of fun to watch in the future. If they do it right, I don't know. I'm so tired of getting so excited about a storyline just for the WWE to either fumble it or just stop and pretend like it wasn't even a thing. So right now, yeah, Bayley, would you call her a heel right now? That's the question. Because she's going between Hugger Bayley and Role Model Bayley. I don't know what you call it, but whatever she is right now is my favorite Bayley. And another whatever she is right now, Rhea Ripley. I think she's the perfect tweener, and I think that's my favorite place for her. When I started watching, she was very much a heel. She was with Dom, she was with the Judgment Day, she had the short, slicked black hair, slicked back hair. So very heavy into heel Rhea. And then all of that happened of Dom turning on her and him turning heely heel, turning Rhea babyface. So either way, I just feel like she's the perfect tweener, and no matter what she does, I'm going to love it. So with Rhea Ripley, she could do anything. She could hit me with her car, and I would apologize. So Rhea, she can do whatever. And then we have, who's next? Tiffany Stratton. heel. I think she should be heel. I believe when I started watching, she was a heel. I can't quite remember what she was doing when I first started, but I do remember her kind of teaming up with Nia Jax. I don't remember when that happened, but Tiffy won Money in the Bank. That created friction, and then Nia turned on Tiffy, and then that's when Tiffany kind of turned babyface. She won the title, and she's had it since. But me personally, I am over the Tiffy reign. So I think, like, right now she's a babyface. I think she's technically a tweener, but to me, she's more babyface. She needs to be a heel. She has heel attitude, and she has this whole time. So I think she's better as a heel. I think her character works better as a heel. It worked in that little second when Nia turned on her as a babyface, but like that little second. Then she won the title, and then she was kind of back heel. So Tiffany Stratton is going to be a heel for me. Roman Reigns. That's a tough. Roman Reigns is also, I don't think he's a tweener right now. But I'm sorry if my eyes darting all over the place bothers people. It bothers me. I have a hard time looking directly into the camera, so I apologize. Not that you care. Roman Reigns. Lord help me. Roman Reigns. I prefer Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, but I do like OTC. It's just like anytime he comes out, no matter if he's a heel, if he's a babyface, he has the aura and the presence of just, I don't have words for it. Just every time I get chills, I get goosebumps. It doesn't matter. But I do think I prefer Tribal Chief Roman. I missed most of all of that story. I cannot remember what I came into. The bloodline was still together. Like Jay and Jimmy were still there. Roman was still Tribal Chief. Solo Sikoa was still there. Paul Heyman was the wise man. But I think I came in and I was pretty close to seeing them break up. So like I definitely remember Jay and Jimmy leaving and then Jay going his own way. And I remember Solo turning, obviously. That's about it. But I do remember seeing them all together and Roman was tribal. So I don't think I ever saw peak Tribal Chief Roman. I was seeing the tail end of it. But now we're on to the OTC, and the OTC is still great. It's like anytime Roman shows up, people love it. But I think I probably would have definitely, if I saw the whole thing, would have preferred Tribal Chief Roman. Just the scenarios and the acting and the presence over there. OTC still good. So I'm going to go with heel Roman, but he's another one that either way, I'm going to enjoy his character just because he's so good at what he does. And he's a pleasure to watch regardless. Next we have, this is the one that I didn't see anything prior to, but Dominic Mysterio. I know he was like tag team with his dad or just working with his dad when he was a babyface. And I missed all of that. But I think I gather like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't really doing anything for him. Then he turned heel. And even I, someone who missed all of that, can say Dominic Mysterio turning heel was the best thing for his career. The absolute best thing. And then he turned heel. Dominic as a heel, hands down. I think we collectively can agree. I don't even know if you can turn Dominic babyface again. That's going to be an interesting story if they ever get to it. But Dominic Mysterio, heel through and through, 100%. But when I started, he was with the Judgment Day. He was with Rhea, and that was the heavy storyline with them. And then he turned on Rhea, got with Liv. So heel turning heel. Only Dom can do that. But that was where I started and where he is now. And Liv is out, and so he's kind of the double champ and just a little snake because it's Dom. I wonder what's going to happen when Liv comes back. If he's going to keep a partner, if he's going to stay with Liv, or if he's going to choose Roxanne, or if he's just going to go out on his own, which I think they need to do. I think they need to break up the Judgment Day. And I don't know if they're going to do that when Liv returns. That's a whole other conversation. Getting sidetracked, but Dominic prefers a heel. Then Chad Gable, which is an interesting one. Chad is currently out, injury or surgery or something. But whenever I started watching, he was with Otis and Maxine and Tozawa. They were the Alpha Academy. The Shoosh guys, they were a good time. They were a good time. And then I can't remember how the heel turn happened. It's even a recent one. But I just don't remember how the story started shifting. I think maybe Chad was just, I'm not even going to attempt. I don't remember what the story was there. But Chad turned on Alpha Academy, and then he made American Made, and they're just superior, I guess. And then El Grande Americano was born. So I guess 3 stages of Chad Gable. I will have to say Chad Gable is another one. I prefer Babyface. I really liked the Alpha Academy when I first started. So Chad Gable is a babyface for me. Next is Charlotte Flair. Now, I don't remember Charlotte's character really at all when I started watching, because I'm pretty sure she got hurt like at the very beginning when I started. So I don't remember what storyline she was in. I started watching in January of 2023, so whatever she had going on then, if you can remember, that's what it was. I'm pretty sure she was a heel, but then she's recently come back. She came back as a heel. Actually, I'm not even going to say I'm pretty sure she was a heel. I have no idea what her character was. I don't know if she was a heel or a babyface, but when she came back as a heel. She had a feud with Tiffany Stratton, which, don't get me started. And now she is in a tag team with Alexa Bliss. And Charlotte's another one. I prefer babyface. I wasn't connecting with her heel character very much. I wasn't ever really looking forward to Charlotte Flair. She did good. Like, she's a good character and she's a good wrestler. I didn't resonate with the Queen Charlotte, so it didn't hit for me. But the moment she paired up with Alexa Bliss, her personality started coming out, and it's been so fun. Those two were a perfect match, so definitely prefer Charlotte as a babyface. And then there's Finn Balor. He'll be on another video too, because as I was doing this, I'm like, oh, it would be fun to go through the roster and see who I think should change, whether they should change from heel to babyface or babyface to heel. Finn Balor's on that list, and I will speak about it again in that video. But I don't think I ever saw Finn as a babyface. When I started watching, I'm pretty sure he was already in the Judgment Day. Well, I did see Edge and Demon Finn in the Hell in a Cell in that WrestleMania of 2023. I don't know if Demon Finn is a babyface. I know it was like a one-off because we haven't seen Demon Finn since that day. In my memory, Finn has just been with the Judgment Day and he's been a heel. I've seen previous matches and previous clips of babyface Finn. I think I would prefer Finn as a babyface. Just the energy that it all brings. But I do like Finn on the Judgment Day. It's a tough one, just because I actually haven't seen babyface Finn. But I don't know. I am in the boat of turn Finn babyface now, give him back that entrance song, and he's going to the moon. Like, I think he could do a lot if they do that. But so I guess I'm just gonna have to say Finn is a babyface. Next is Kevin Owens. So KO, one of my favorites, whom I miss so much. He was a babyface, I believe, when I started watching. He might have been tag team with Sammy at the time, because I remember going to a Raw and him and Sammy were tag partners still. I believe they had the belts too, if memory serves me well. It might not, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they had the belts. So he was a babyface. He was kind of just like the reactive one between him and Sammy. Sammy was always the calm one, trying to keep him level-headed, and KO was the reactor that just went off the handle, and they just kind of fed into that until he eventually turned, and then he had his feud with Cody Rhodes. And Kevin Owens is 100% a heel for me. Before he got injured, always entertaining. Whatever he was doing, him being outside of Sami Zayn's house, him being in the cars because he didn't trust anybody, so he would do promos from his car. Just gold. KO was so good at not only acting in that character and in that form, but also phenomenal in the ring. Definitely one of my favorites. Back then, they would also do, like, they would catch him and Cody in the parking lot, and KO would start beating on Cody, and then they would like post that. I wish they would do more of that. That's a separate thought, but yeah, just like all of that, KO killed it. So KO for me is definitely better as a heel. I hope he's able to come back someday. Selfish me, I want the same character, but I'll be interested to see if they're going to keep him heel or have him come back as a face, if he ever does. I hope he does. Fingers crossed. Next is John Cena. Well, this one it leaves me feeling bitter because he was a babyface when I started watching. He wasn't wrestling much until his farewell tour, but then he turned heel. We all know how that went. He sold his soul to The Rock, or excuse me, the final boss. That could have been so interesting. I'm still so bitter about that because, like, I was so interested in and invested in the John Cena heel turn when it happened, and I'm just like, ooh, this could be good. Let's see where they go. Right in the crappers where they went. So I don't think they did heel John Cena any justice. I don't think we got that to the full potential that it could have been. So I'm gonna have to say babyface John, just because the vibes are better. But I think I will always mourn John Cena as a heel, as if more in a what if kind of thing, you know? Just like a what could have been, what could have happened. We'll never know. So I'm gonna have to go babyface John with that one. And then we have Miss Naomi. Oh, Naomi. So I think, sorry, I am trying really hard to think. Did I see Naomi's return? Let me Google that. When did Naomi return? When did Naomi return to WWE? At the Royal Rumble in 2024. So yeah, I was definitely there. My memory sucks, bro. People were so excited to see her back. I'd never seen her before, but I loved her hair. I loved her sneakers that lit up and just the glow in the dark. I thought that was so interesting and cool. So I liked her immediately. I liked her right away. Again, my memory sucks, so I don't know exactly when she teamed up with Bianca, but that was the start of this whole storyline. Jade got hurt, and then we find out that it was Naomi, and then Naomi turned heel. And yes, Naomi, proceed with caution. My favorite, my absolute favorite. So I really hope if she comes back after her pregnancy, after her birth, I hope she comes back as the proceed with caution, because that was getting so good. And it sucks that it got cut short, but, well, I mean, you know, she's got to go have a baby. I want some light-up shoes. Anyway, next is Raquel Rodriguez. When I started watching, she was babyface. She's now heel, and she didn't really have much of a character. It was just like babyface. She would flex her back and smile a lot. And then heel, when she first came back as heel, it was just like scowly and like almost like a security type for the Judgment Day, for Liv Morgan specifically. But since Liv got hurt, I don't know, Raquel has just been coming into her own in this character and really giving it sustenance and giving it some meat. And so I'm gonna have to say I prefer Raquel as a heel. I think she is really growing into this character and coming alive in the ring, not just wrestling wise, character wise as well. So gotta go with heel Raquel. And last on my list is Mr. Shinsuke Nakamura, another one I miss. I don't know where he's been. They kind of teased that he was back, but haven't seen him. I liked Shinsuke from the beginning when I started watching. I thought he was such a cool, interesting character and wrestler, and just the way he looked, I just enjoyed him. He was a babyface when I started, and then he turned heel. I don't really know much about his babyface character other than just the quintessential babyface, which I'm not a fan of. But when he turned heel and he was like messing with Cody and trying to get in Cody's head, and he would do those video promos, I'm so mad. Like, because I was enjoying it. I'm like, this is so interesting. I don't remember where it ended or how it ended, but I just feel like I remember like asking like, where did this go? Like, where did this story go? So either I just don't remember how it ended, or they really didn't. They just kind of phased it out, which sometimes they do. So either way, I'm going to go with heel Shinsuke, because that character, the dark one, the getting in your head, messing with you mentally, I really was enjoying that. And I think they're kind of like, he's still on like the heel vibes. We don't ever see him anymore, so I have no idea what Shinsuke's up to. I hope they bring him back and use him in any way. I'm gonna go with heel Shinsuke for that one. And that's all I have on my list. Like I said, I might have missed some within the past 2.5 years, but those are the ones that I felt like I could really speak on. I would love to know your preferences, or if you agree or disagree. If you prefer your favorite as a heel or a babyface, let me know. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.